at the reception for Ruberio and Ruberio and Fullduke's wedding. Star sees a photo booth that she and Marco have used before to take photos together and decides that they should do that again, take some bestie photos. And I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys, I don't remember if this photo booth has been in the show before. I don't remember the reel of photos or the strip of photos, I don't know what you call that Star shows to Marco as an example of what she wants to do again, but it didn't affect my emotional appreciation of this episode. The photos that Star shows Marco are very clearly exactly as she's describing them. Photos of two best friends having fun. Real, genuine, in-the-moment fun. And Star wants to recapture that, and I understand why she would. But Marco is reluctant. He's at the reception with Kelly, whether they're actually dating or not. They're there together, and he has his dragon cycle there too, and he wants to kind of do his own thing. He obviously has clear plans for this evening that are different than Star's because they're not there together. But she forces him into taking these photos, and yet even after they retake the exact photos, shot for shot, she can still tell that Marco's heart isn't in it, so she spends pretty much his entire $650 on more and more photos, trying to get it right, until they jam the machine. It actually locks down, trapping them inside. And this little guy, who I haven't checked, but he sounds a heck of a lot like Alex Hirsch, so I'm just going to be calling him Alex Hirsch, pops out of the machine and explains to them that he's the repairman for the machine and that he needs to cart them off somewhere else to fix this. So he carts them off somewhere else to fix this, and he tells us exactly what we're expecting to hear. That the machine is magic and it can see what's actually in your heart, and so they have to take photos that are true to what's in their heart in order to escape, and it sounds right. It sounds like exactly what we expect to be happening here based on the beginning of this episode. So Star and Marco talk, and Marco admits that ever since Star told him about her feelings for him, things have been different, regardless of how much they've been trying to pretend like they aren't. And it seems that Marco realized this more than Star. And all of this ends with them taking one more strip of photos, one more ream of photos, again, I don't know what you call it, where they actually try to act naturally with each other again. Really, for the first time, especially in such an intimate environment, they end up kissing. Again, remember, Marco was at this wedding reception, a romantic setting, with another girl, and Star brought Tom, her serious boyfriend. I get this isn't like having an affair, but it still feels kind of cheaty to me, and I really don't like cheating. So my opinion of these characters just went down a little bit. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys and admit to that right out the gate. But it's all okay, right? Because it's just the booth bringing out what's actually in their heart. Except no, Alex Hirsch admits that the booth isn't actually magic. He just ships them and was trying to get them together. Holy crap, that is a scummy dick move. Lying to these two kids who have other relationships that are important to them, especially in Star's case, to trick them into effectively cheating on these other people, is gross, and it's scummy, and I really don't like this character for that specific reason. He also technically kidnapped them, which is also kind of gross, because it is revealed that he set this entire thing up. This was all his idea. Trapping them in there and whatnot. Or at the very least, leaving them in there for so long after they were trapped. Like, I get why the two of them would have done this. Obviously, they have feelings for each other, and they thought that the booth was looking for them to be honest. But now they need to keep on being honest. The very last shot of this episode is Star snatching up the photo of her and Marco kissing, seemingly so that Tom won't see it. And I'm just going to say, she cannot hide this from him. She has to be honest with him. Also, the episode seems to be framing things as if it's going to blame Marco for this entirely. And yeah, he kind of took charge in the moment, but he wasn't the only person involved, and Star did lean into the kiss too, so she's culpable here. So if the show, going into the future, tries to blame this moment entirely on Marco, I'm going to be a little annoyed. I found this episode frustrating. I didn't like sitting through it, especially towards the end, once I realized what was going on. But all of that said, I still think this was a good episode. It dealt with mature themes in a pretty mature way. It felt the most teen angsty of probably any episode of the show so far. But I'm not someone who hates angst on merit of just being angst. And with how well the writers tend to handle plot threads in the show, I do expect this to go in a positive direction eventually. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. And I imagine I was probably supposed to feel uncomfortable watching this episode, so Slam dunk there, guys. I also really liked Marco's confession to Star that part of the reason he was resistant to them doing this at all, back when they still thought that the booth was magical, was because he didn't want to go on a magical adventure tonight. He just wanted to have a regular fun night. And that makes a lot of sense. It is entirely possible to get burnt out on even the things you love the most. All that said though, guys, I am curious to know, what do you think of this episode? Probably more so than any episode of the show I've talked about so far, at least aside from like season finales and stuff. So let's get a discussion going about it in the comment section down below or over on my Discord, link in the description. But either way, this has been AJ22 and I will talk to you guys later.